It's all like inside of us. It's inside of us. It's only been over the last like 50, 60 years that we've lost this knowledge, you know? It's inside of us, and I teach it, and then I see that people so fast, they learn so fast, they enjoy it so much as they go. Yeah, and I really do think that it's only over the last 50 or 60 years that it's been lost. Before that, you know, my grandfather, he built his own house at the weekends whilst having a job during the week. And yeah, I think people have a fear about it. They have a fear that they need to employ someone to do it for them, that they can't do it themselves, that we're told that we can't do it ourselves. And it's really not the case, you know, we can. And if you put your own energy into it, it becomes something different, you know, you've invested, it's like, becomes like a piece of art, you've invested a piece of yourself in it, so it has so much more, you enjoy it so much more.
Spraying back the excess rather than having it on the floor and keeping it packaged.
This is the difference, yeah. This is like the big this
Wait
one.
until they're overflowing and spraying back the excess. Yeah, fill them all, keeping the buckets clean as we come back. We'll have like...
You can bring the wet
Three people. Yeah. 4 people on the floor.
Where are we going? I'm confused.
Yeah.
So keep going with the figure of 8.
One of the good ways to do it.
There are many styles of natural building, and the one that we choose depends on the local context, it depends on the local materials available. Permaculture tries to draw from local, traditional and indigenous knowledge and combine that with modern and appropriate technology. Concrete or cement has its place in natural building, but from permaculture point of view, we want to use it very mindfully and in the right places and the minimum possible. And it's very different working with Adobe as opposed to concrete or cement, which is a destructive system, and in permaculture we're looking to move away from supporting destructive systems. The style that was chosen for this building is Adobe. Adobe's been used for thousands of years. It's available to all, it's the earth underneath our feet. It's fun to do, and it can be done by anybody. You don't want more than 30% clay in the mix. The majority of the mix is a sand or some kind of binder, but you can use coconut fiber or animal hair or chopped straw. So we can see the people behind me here, they're adding water to the pit. So we want to get the water proportions correct, so there's not too much water. If there's too much, when we lift the forms, the bricks are going to slump, and if there's not enough, it will have trouble lifting the forms up. A lot of people tend to put too much clay into their bricks, and if there's too much clay, they can crack, they'll come apart and crack, because the clay will expand when wet and contract when dry. We dry it out in the sun and it will go very hard and make a solid brick to use. We don't want the bricks to dry out too fast. We put straw over them so they dry nice and slowly. In this case, we're using shade cloth that we'll later use on our nursery on site. When working with natural materials, we don't need to use much safety gear because it's very kind to us. As opposed to working with concrete or cement, we need gloves. If we spend all day working with cement, we're gonna have blisters the next day and our hands are gonna dry out. Working with the earth, it's beautiful, it feels so natural. That's exactly what termites are looking for. Them little air pockets that they send out. The guys that find it and then they come back and expand on that hole. Here in the tropics, we want to design towards staying cool and dry, and also thinking about rains. A lot of this will relate to the roof design. So we want big overhangs on our roofs to protect our walls from the rain and the elements. Also, it multifunctions and it shades our walls to keep the interior of the house cool. We want to have openings in the roof so the air can flow through the house and create updrafts, which keeps the house nice and cool. Maintenance has to be done after the monsoon season here in the tropics, and that could be replastering a wall or often putting another lime wash on to protect from the rains and also to patch up some damage that may have been caused by the strong winds and rains that we get during that time of year. And it can be done together with a family or a group of friends, and it can be an enjoyable experience, but some maintenance is always necessary.